Hi everyone, sandysmithbakos here. This is going to be just kind of a short, quick little video just to be kind of a life update and let you know that I got to take some time. I have continued to be ill after my video last Saturday. About an hour later, I was working on my bills and budget and so forth, and it's just like all of a sudden I hit a brick wall. I went to bed, and other than a couple of forays out for a few minutes at a time, I stayed there until Monday. I was very, very ill. And I'm still ill. Been to the doctor, saw the physician's assistant. Might as well not even have wasted my money, because when I walked in, I said, well, maybe I have a urinary tract infection. So she ran with that. Even though my urine came back, it was okay. She insisted they send it out for a culture, which also came back okay. And she insisted that I take an antibiotic and sent me home. And that wasn't it at all. And I didn't take the antibiotic. My husband picked it up. We paid for it, but I didn't take it because I didn't have a UTI. And I've kind of lost all my faith. And I'm sorry, I don't want to rant here, but I've kind of lost all my faith in the medical community because there was something wrong with me. But she didn't want to take the time to talk to me or question me or find out what it might be. And so I kind of had to treat myself by going on the internet, and I did take care of it. I'm not going to talk about it, but I was, to say the least, just a little peeved. And I'm still not up to par, and in taking a lot of time in thinking about it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And I don't edit, so I can't edit that out. In thinking about it, talking about it with my husband and everything, I think we've come up with, I'm sorry, I'm trying to let this hair grow out a little bit because my hair is so thin up here that in the summertime my bangs just are like they're not even there. So I thought, well, let's try to grow it out once and see if that'll be better. So, okay, sorry. Rabbit trail. I have come to the conclusion that it's the anti-anxiety medication that is making me sick. And that was another thing the doctor's office screwed up on it, but it doesn't matter now because I'm going to stop taking it. But they told me they were going to change my prescription to 20 milligrams. I had been taking 10. And so I had started doubling up on the old medication. And then when my new prescription came, it was for 10 milligrams. So they screwed that up. And I didn't want to have to pay for a whole new subscription, so I just didn't even say anything. And now I'm not going to take it anyway, so it's neither here nor there. But again, I've kind of lost my faith in the medical community. Okay, so where was I going with this? Okay, Paxil is not a medication that you can just stop taking. I'm going to start weaning myself down. I'm going to, starting today, I will only take it every other day, and then maybe cut those in half and take those every other day until take about probably a week and a half to 2 weeks to get off of the medication. I know that from past use, and it also says that on the medication. Do not stop taking suddenly. So, it upsets me because the medication was helping me, but I'm going to wait and see what happens when I stop taking it and see if the anxiety comes back really bad, if the teeth clenching comes back really bad. If it doesn't, maybe I'll just let it go and see how things go. If it does, then I guess I'll have to contact the doctor again and see if there's something else that I could try. The Paxil, unfortunately, is not working well with my system, and consequently, my stomach is feeling upset 24/7. I have not been able to leave my house for any length of time because I have to stay very close to the bathroom, if you know what I mean. So my system is not tolerating it, and I think it really, I'd been having those symptoms right along, but they weren't really bad. But when I started doubling it up is when it got horrific. And I also am suffering from a lot of weakness, tiredness, and I finally read the side effects. I never read side effects when I start taking a medication because your mind has a tendency to, at least mine does, to possibly just transference, I guess, make yourself think you're going to have all those side effects. So I wait until after I have problems, and tiredness, weakness, upset stomach, diarrhea, the whole mess, plus a bunch more, are all side effects. So I'm going off of it. Okay, so that's enough of that. I am so tired of being sick and tired. I just want to get this whole thing done. I want to feel good again. I want to be able to get out and do things outside. I want to stop telling my husband I don't feel up to doing this or that or the next thing. I'm just done. I'm just done. So I am going to leave that now behind and try to stop messing with my bangs. There were quite a few days there where I didn't stitch at all. But I did kind of get back to my stitching at least a little bit. I had some wins and I had some losses. Needless to say, mania went out the window. My first thought, you know, I was telling you last week, my first plans for mania were out, and I had instituted a second set. Well, that set's gone now too. I mean, it's just, oh, what's my saying? It is what it is. So we're just going to kind of go with where we're at now, and that is no mania. I tried to have a new start. You're going to die laughing when you hear this one. I got my little teapot kit. I had that all ready to go. And that's the little kit that I won from Shelley, Moonlight Stitcher. And I'm stitching away on it one evening, and then again the following morning for a while. And I don't know, I probably had a little better than 100 stitches in it. And I had been looking at it and thinking, wow, this looks really nice. I like this fabric, and these stitches are going in here so nice. I picked it up to work on it again, and I realized that I'd already worked on that color, and I'm like, but wait, this is a different symbol. So I went looking at the instructions again, and here, everything that I had put in as full crosses were supposed to be half stitches. You know, what are you going to do? You screw it up. I put it over on the table and said, well, I'll worry about that when I feel better. And so that's where it's going to be. I'm going to pick that out when I feel better, and I will restart it, but I don't know when now. I have to wonder if, since I've always had this tendency towards anxiety, maybe it's the fact that I have 10 whips and was planning on starting more that is kind of adding to my anxiety. So I have just decided that I am going to do some research online about ways to handle anxiety without medication. I believe there's things like meditation, and maybe I just need to slow down. I've not been reading my books lately. Maybe I need to get back to that. I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to be back, but it's just not going to be next week. But I do want to show you the work that I did do this week, because I am proud of it, and I made some accomplishments that I didn't screw up. But I had Frederick out, and I worked on him, and so I will show you, see if I can, so I can see what I'm showing you. There is Frederick, and I did a little bit more on that one side there with the up there by the mouth of the fish down, those books, and then I moved down into the kitty cat and did a little bit more down in the kitty cat. And I'm going to have to get to working on some of the back stitching on this, but I really love working on this one. I really enjoy it. So that's Frederick. I won't show you the picture because you all know what Frederick the Literate is. And then the other one that I pulled out was Japanese Garden, and I love Japanese Garden. These colors, they're so soothing. And now that I have this on a really nice 14 count Aida, I just love this. I do have a lot of threads hanging here, but I got quite a few stitches in on this. And I really love the way that it's looking. And there you go. And I worked a lot coming down this column right here, and then filling in along in here. And I'm going to continue to do that. I've been trying to decide, do I want to go down? Or do I want to go across? The big question, to go down or across. Haven't decided yet, but I'll work on that. That's all I did. So I'm not going to say that I have plans. I have a few little things going around in my head, but I think... why is it that we have to tell plans? We feel that we have to let you guys know what we plan to do. I don't know, but anyways, I think that I'm going to try to concentrate more on individual projects, and maybe let some of those items sit in timeout for a while. I don't know. We'll see. I just need to get my health back, and right now that's what I'm concentrating on. And I'm not going to write down, say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I didn't even make notes for this video, so if I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about or where I'm going, I really don't feel good. So I'm going to wrap this up, but I do have the charts to give away. I won't be showing any more today, and I apologize. I feel badly when I can't do the things that I wish I could. But, all right, enough of that. Lily Maiden. Somebody won this. They never claimed it. I showed it again. I brought their name up. I commented on their comment. I never heard from them, so I'm not going to worry about that anymore. We'll put that back. Show it again another time. All right, I have this one. This little chart for the little ghost and the Santa down here, and I said, anybody wants it, say they want a stitch boo, and this is going to LJ Field. LJ Field, I know I don't have your address, so if you will send me an email, my email will be in the notes, send me an email with your mailing address and I will get this out to you. I have the envelope already there ready. And the other one that I showed was the kind of a Mother's Day, Mother, You Light Up My Life. There were no requests for that, so I'll put that in the pile to bring up again sometime in the future. And the other one I had was this Halloween silhouettes. And this one is going to Sue Oberfell. So Sue, I have your address, and I will get this out to you hopefully this week. Wait a minute. It's Friday. Next week. There were a few days this week where I had to ask my husband, what day is this? Because I couldn't even tell by looking at the calendar. Oh, you talk about being out of it. Okay, so let's see. Was there anything else that I needed to say? And that was the charts. I wanted to make sure that those got out, and I really don't. Oh, I did want to mention, during those days when I was in bed, of course, I didn't watch any Flosstube, and then I loaded up my watch later list, and I had over 100 videos in there. So I watched a lot of videos on my tablet while I was stitching, or sometimes just sitting there in the chair and just watching them. I can't comment on my tablet, and if there is a way to do it, I haven't figured it out. I can like videos, but I can't comment on them, and it's kind of a pain to get to the spot where I can like them. So what I had done in the past was I'd watch all day, or how many ever hours I stitched, and then in the evening I would get on my laptop and I would go in, and on my laptop I can get to stuff a whole lot easier. And I would go in and I would comment, and sometimes I would forget, if it was maybe the first couple that I watched, sometimes I would forget, what maybe I wanted to comment, but I could always just go in and comment great video, because, if it was a bad one, I would have remembered that. And like, and whatever. Well, I watched a couple of days worth of videos while I was just sitting or just doing a little stitching on my tablet before I felt able to sit at the laptop. Consequently, I'd forgotten everything about them. Not everything, but I mean, I couldn't recall any details to comment about or anything. So there was a whole lot of videos that I watched that I just went in and then deleted them up to the point where I was caught up to where I had last watched. Then I started trying to remember a comment or two and like them. I remember I was able to put a comment on Bendy Stitchies because it was something that touched home with me about vets and my husband. And so I did write that comment, but I haven't been commenting like I normally would. And that's the reason why, because I'd watch a whole slew of them, and then by the time I get on here to say anything, I had forgotten a lot of it. So I apologize. I always try to give everybody some encouragement because I get so much encouragement from everybody. So I have been watching my watch later list. I got on here last night and I loaded up some more. And I love watching everybody's mania starts, but I'm not sorry that I'm not doing it. But I do want to say good luck to everybody who is, however you're doing it, whether you're working on your whips or whether you're doing new starts, or there's a couple of people out there. Gigi is one that I believe that she's doing 50, I don't know if it's 50 new starts or if she's just working on a different, you know, she's pulling out whips too and putting those in there, but something different for 50 days. And if I understood it correctly, that's what I think she said. So more power to you. But anyways, I'm going to let you all go. I just want to tell you I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to get myself together. And the next time that I come on here, you are going to see rosy cheeks, not pale skin. I'm going to feel good. I'm going to have everything under control. And we're going to start over again. So happy stitching to everybody. Good health to everybody. And have a wonderful, however time period I'm gone. So take care. Love to all of you. Hugs to everybody. Bye.